So it has not been a surprise for anyone that's been lurking online following the discussion around the latest season of Peacemaker, but yeah, it has been confirmed by this week's episode that, like all of us kind of suspected, the alternate dimension Chris slept to was indeed actually Earth X, an alternate dimension full of Nazis this entire time. It's an absolutely terrible place, like, once again, we all suspected, but the reveal, nevertheless, to me, was really well crafted by Gunn, and today I want to discuss that and the latest episode of Peacemaker that dropped a couple days back, episode 6, and also put some predictions out there for the coming episode. So now, without further ado, let's just dive right into it. Episode 6 starts off with putting us right after the end of episode 5, where instead of the usual flashback, we see Peacemaker, his brother, his dad, or the top trio, which is a terrible name, having dinner with the alternate Harcourt before a couple kids ask for a selfie, and then the selfie turns into a distorted image. And I really don't want to be a James Gunn fanatic on this channel, praising his every creative choice, but sometimes I really want to because, man, on paper, in goofy, almost social media filter like distortion, with the selfie really sounds bad, but with the simple execution of the scene, like, it just hooks us right into this message. I think Gunn like immediately sets the tone with is that this world is not what it seems to be. And that creative choice hooked me right away. And after some of the slower episodes we definitely got in the first half of the season, that hooked me right into the plot line that he's telling with episode 6 to 8, which he almost calls a mini movie. And then the glorious title sequence, which is definitely growing on me, plays, and then we kick off the episode. We see the 11th Street kids entering Adrian's house, and a lot of people, including myself, has been criticizing the lack of Adrian this season. Chris, Harcourt, and Economos all have been getting a lot of time to spotlight, and trust me, I love all three of those characters. They're incredibly acted, and they're incredibly written, and their characters are just so interesting. Gunn is so good at creating just characters. Like, I think that's his greatest strength. I think that's why Guardians of the Galaxy film succeeded so much. I think that's why the first season Peacemaker, and he was portrayed such an antagonistic character in the Suicide Squad, and they really built him out in the first season. And Gunn's just a master of character work. But I have been criticizing the show for not adding Adrian as an integral part of the story. I mean, he doesn't have to be this important guy for the plot points, but I just wanted to see more of him. And this episode, I mean, he gets so many funny one-liners. He gets so many iconic scenes, and he's like the one that actually accomplished something. Like, while he was talking to alternate vigilante, and when he figures out that, Peacemaker's arch nemesis, and he's in a group called Sons of, and then the alternate vigilante is in the group called Sons of Liberty. I mean, those little details. I mean, I just love that we got some good Adrian content. He was funny. He was important to the plot, and yeah. And the traditional banter and jokes that come into high gear, especially with the scene where they all go into Adrian's mom's house, that's great. And then we transport into the alternate dimension, and right away from Harcourt's suspicious glances once she gets into Keith's car, it's also well done. I'm not sure if my eyes are just kind of fooling me, but the way the production design and the lighting is done, the alternate dimension almost always looks brighter, especially when they're outside compared to our main home dimension. So I don't know if that's what they were trying to do. I don't know if that's just something, I don't know, random I noticed, but even with the lighting, like, the world seems wider. And I mean, obviously that plays into the horrible nature we know of this other dimension. And then after that, we get the cameo mid-episode, Lex Luthor. And I just want to say that I absolutely love Nicholas Holt's performance as Luthor. He always nails this right amount of oddness, the unintentional humorous, childlike nature of him, but also makes him feel like a threat. Makes him feel that if you cross him, that you are in trouble. And the line of danger and comedy that Holt channels into his performance is really captivating to watch. And any other, like, lesser actor, I think, really would struggle with making sure that this character is scary enough, but also kind of, funny, and kind of this twisted individual that's really envious of Superman and all these other metahumans. And I think that's really interesting to watch. And Holt really leans more into this danger side in this episode, and he has more of an edge to him, and that was really interesting to watch. And I just love the fact that the DCU can lend itself into all these different kinds of colors and tone, and this scene was a pretty big highlight of that. And in a recent interview, Gunn also mentioned that they shot the Justice Gang scene on a Saturday, this prison scene on a Saturday, and said that there will be some Superman character they shot for episode 8, so I'm just wondering who that could be. I mean, it's been confirmed that Cornswell Superman's not it, but I mean, who knows? Like, maybe he might be playing a wordplay and it's actually Overman, the darker version of Superman that pops up in episode, but I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you have any ideas who the mystery cameo in episode 8 could be. But then we move on to one of my favorite scenes from this episode, Cena and Holland's scene. The scene's writing really does have it all. I just love that we get to see how much both characters have grown, whether that's Chris's caring nature rather than the edgy personality he had before, or the fact that we get to see more of how much Harcourt's character is lost in her struggles and how she can access her emotions. The line after Chris says, "I still love you," where Harcourt says, "Are you coming back or not?" is genuinely emotional to watch on screen, and I really think both actors did an incredible job in filming that. And then we get the ending. I love the music that starts to build up as each character unlocks this part of the jigsaw puzzle into realizing what this alternate dimension is. Chris and Harcourt discovered the altered flag of the dimension. Economos confronts Augie. And by the way, Augie attacking Economos' hand genuinely shocked me more than the reveal of Nazis for some reason. But yeah. And then we see, like I discussed before, Adrian discovered that the alternate Adrian is the arch enemy of Peacemaker and a core member of the Sons of Liberty, who we see in episode 3. And finally, Adebayo gets chased by Keith and all the other terrible citizens in the neighborhood as she runs for her life. And even though I knew this review was coming, the way all these scenes each bounced and escalated off of each other was so well executed, and the implications of the line Keith yells, "One got out." I mean, everyone's talking about it on the internet, but like genuinely such a good line to provoke conversation, to provoke anticipation. And this is why I love this weekly schedule so much. I mean, yeah, I do have to wait another week to watch like a 30-minute Peacemaker episode, but you know, I just love the discussion that's been always building up with each episode. And yeah, I really think that there's still a couple more, fun twists and important scenes that will obviously be dropping in the coming episodes. I think that the boat scene that we see in the trailer is going to be the flashback scene for the next episode, and we'll kick off the episode with that. And then we'll also see the hidden figure in the preview, which we all figured out is the man with glasses in Lex's crew in the Superman movie. I googled him up. His name is Sidney Happerson, apparently. And then, yeah, he's the guy that dealt with the pocket dimension stuff in Superman, so that makes sense. And then we'll see Augie and Keith discussing the whole situation as we see in the episode preview. And I also think that the alternate Adrians or Judo Master is probably going to rescue Adebayo at the opening of the next episode. But those are some of my general predictions. Some big predictions I have for like some major stuff. I think that's probably going to all happen down in episode 8. So I'll probably put a prediction/review video for episode 7 and then leading up to 8 again next week. And yeah, I'm just really excited to watch big action sequences, big character scenes, just everything. I'm just really excited to watch the next episode of Peacemaker, which drops tomorrow. I can't wait. I'm Owen. This is Owen Talks Movies. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for the channel. This is a small growing channel, so really every subscription matters. I would really appreciate if you do that for me. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think was good about episode 6 and what do you think is going to happen with the finale and episode 7 of Peacemaker season 2. Bye.